start with the betting. So the profit was up 1.83 units yesterday. He hit the Sanchez over 6.5 strikeouts for $1.42 units. And then he hit the Astros money line at 1.41 units and then lost the Reds money line. He's up for the month. It's crazy, right? Already 8.72 units in June, 19 plays. He's gone 13, 6, and 0, 68.4% of the bets cashed already in June, right? And then yesterday I got burned on the profit plays, all of them. How about this? Milwaukee, we laid a 1.5 on the run line against the A's. The game was in Vegas. It ended 15-14 Brewers in 12 innings. You got to be fucking kidding me. The Phillies-Jays game in Toronto finished at 7, and we needed over 7.5. So 2 bad beats. How about 3? Cleveland loses in extra innings, in 10 innings, to the Yankees 7-5. They led 5-4 in the 8th. So we lost all 3 of those. But I hit both elites. I hit the Spurs plus $1.10 on FanDuel to beat the Knicks in Game 3, and that cashed. And I had Tampa Bay, and they cashed over the Red Sox. So 2-0 elite, 0-3 profit plays with all 3 tough beats on the profit play scene. So here, let's get into all the stuff that went down last night. First of all, I want to start with that game, right? So the guy that's been the ladder better, that's made over $2.2 million in the first 2 games of the NBA Finals, he had a bad night. $450,000 bet over 6 bets, and he went 1-5 and lost $161,111. He lost the Knicks minus 2.5 for $20,000. He lost the Knicks minus 1.5 for $20,000. He lost the Knicks plus 1.5 for $35,000. He lost the Knicks plus 2.5 for $50,000. He lost the Knicks plus 3.5 for $125,000. Now he hit the $200,000 Knicks plus 4.5. That cashed. Still up $2 million overall in 3 games, so you can't shade him for that. I'll give you that much. So all of those parties turned out to be chaotic after they lost. They had one in Bryant Park. They had one in Central Park, and then they had a bunch of them in Brooklyn and wherever. But none of them were close to Madison Square Garden. But all hell still did break out near Madison Square Garden after the game. So they found their way past all those barricades, which were 10 blocks wide in every direction. 10 blocks you couldn't get near MSG last night because the president was there. And then, I said this a million fucking times yesterday. You can't get it through your thick fucking skulls. I don't care about politics. I don't care about politicians. I don't care about Trump. I know Trump. I worked for Trump. I did the affliction card for him in Anaheim years ago. He paid me $10,000 to do the call at a fight. All I know is I don't get into politics. I just said whenever a president, whether it's him or anybody else, it could have been fucking Nixon for all I care. The bottom line is that whenever they go anywhere, everything shuts down. So that was the point of the whole argument yesterday. Tons of people watched the show. Tons. We had gigantic numbers. All I know is that chaos was going to happen when they have the president show up at one of these things. And that's exactly what happened. While, I'm glad he got to enjoy the game while he slept through the fucking game. The guy was fucking sleeping. He was out cold watching the game. He was sitting next to Dolan sleeping. So I don't give a shit. I pass out too. I fall asleep too. I'll be watching baseball, whatever. I'll pass out. That's what he did. He passed out at the Garden watching the fucking game. So don't fucking tell me how cool he is. You go to a finals game with 20,000 raucous fans at the Garden, you pass out. At least I pass out on my couch. So I've been to a million Knicks games. I've never passed out at a game. I think I did pass out at a Yankee game once, though, in the Matsui suite. I had a lot of drinks in me. I'm not sure. But last night, they had brawls breaking out all over New York City. Here's one of them. Yeah, it was quite a scene. The cops arrested tons of people. You name it, it happened last night. So I thought the Spurs were really clutch. I thought Wembanyama was a badass in the game. Here's some of the highlights.
Towns holding on to Wemby. Fox gets into the paint, puts up jumper, got it! De'Aaron Fox with a clutch bucket right there. And it's back to a 5-point game. Timeout with 12.2 remaining. And the Garden has grown silent. What a clutch shot from De'Aaron Fox here in a few minutes. Another long three-pointer, lines it up and knocks it down.
Wemby.
Castle, Towns helping out as well. Once again inside Wembanyama, he throws it down. Fox and Castle back in. Alley-oop to Wembanyama.
Another stop.
And easily throws it down. An indefensible play.
Anyway, and more brawls after the game everywhere. So here's the coach of the Knicks complaining, Mike Brown.
First of all, I want to make sure I get something clear. Coach Mitch Johnson and the Spurs, they won the game tonight. They came and took the game. But I will say this, I never thought I'd be in the NBA Finals and see a team get 24 free throw attempts in the second half to another team's 8.
Whoa.
And I don't think I complain much about officials or the fairness when it comes to the free throw.
But that's what he's doing.
San Antonio is a great team. They're a great team. Okay? It's going to lower our odds big time if we play game 4 and in the second half they get 24 free throw attempts to our 8.
You think?
And maybe we were fouling. But they fouled too.
I'll give him that.
Cat gets the ball off a loose ball rebound and he shoots it and he gets whacked across the arm.
All right, I don't want to hear it. Bottom line is 24-8 in free throws in the second half, and I thought they were both whacking the shit out of each other, and the Spurs were going to the line and getting all the calls, and the Knicks weren't, but they were both fouling the shit out of each other. I'll give you that, right? That's what I think. Here's the this one is, I believe, Bryant Park. This is the Bryant Park party when they did the national anthem. Now they're going to show Trump here. I guess all of those people have TDS too, the Trump Derangement Syndrome. They booed the shit out of him. And then, did you see what they did the night before the game? They went to his pad on 5th Avenue at Trump Plaza and gave him the fucking business there too. I don't get into all that shit. I really don't. But that's exactly what happened, just so you get your shit straight. Watch the game. They booed him there. They booed him at Bryant Park. They booed him in front of his building. They yell nasty shit at him wherever he goes. Have at it. Love him all you want. I don't give a fuck. You couldn't fucking faze me with your bullshit comments to me if you fucking tried every day of your goddamn pathetic life. I can go all fucking day, every day, all year, fucking decades. I've been 35 years straight of doing national. Don't think I got some fucking thick-ass leather-skinned bitch? Goddamn, yesterday you just made me money is what you did all day, you fucking morons. Anyway, Wemby joins Magic and Kobe as the only three players aged 22 or younger in the finals history to record a 30.5 rebound, 5-dime in a game. So that's some nice company. Magic, Kobe, and Wemby. With the Spurs victory in Game 3, the road team has won the first 3 games of the NBA Finals for just the second time. The only other instance that it happened was the Bulls. They won games 1 and 2 in Phoenix. Then the Suns won game 3 in Chicago. And that was in 93. So I just want to play a couple of these crazy home runs in Vegas last night between the Brewers and A's. First of all, it was 14-10 Brewers in the 10th inning. But then, and that you thought the game was over. You thought I was going to cover that run line bet. But no, the A's score 4. Here's Kurtz making it a 1-run game.
2-2. High drive to right. It's a 1-run game.
All right, so that made it a 1-run game. I got to play the other one because it's so crazy. Here's the pinch hit Heim homer that ties it up in the inning.
Hit in the air to right field. Back goes Perkins at the wall. It is gone. It is gone. A tie game. Unbelievable. Down to their final strike. Heim has tied it. It's 14-14.
That was the craziest game, in baseball in a long time. And they played it in Vegas. Remember all those runs and all those hits and all those homers when they play again there tonight, for God's sakes. So here's Caitlin Clark with a game winner.
Screens, but so does Clark. Up and in!
At the Mystics with a dagger from the logo. You talk about a deep shot. That was it. And here's last night in the Seattle win over Baltimore. Josh Naylor with a grand slam breakfast. Let's see if we can get that.
Lifted deep right field. Tavares is looking and it's gone! A grand slam for Josh Naylor!
Second one's $1. What else? Your AL NL players of the week. Yordan Alvarez hit .476, 2 homers and 9 RBIs for the Astros. He's the AL. Pete Crow Armstrong, 11 for 25, hit .440, 4 homers, 6 RBIs. He's the NL for the Cubs. Kentucky defensive lineman Nick Smith dies at age 20 years old, dead. The Chiefs are re-signing quarterback L'Jarius Sneed. An Indian man dies after using super glue to seal off his penis during sex so that he wouldn't have to use a condom. Great thinking there by that guy. A magnitude 6.4 earthquake struck outside of northwest Cuba in the southern Gulf. It shook all of central Florida. The previous strongest earthquake recorded in the Gulf was 5.8 in 2006 and 5.9 in 2006. That was a huge earthquake. Peter Laviolette gets his 7th head coaching job in the NHL. He's won a cup, took 2 other teams to a cup final, and now he's on his 7th team, the LA Kings. Tom Brady starts a new organic coconut water drink called Good Nut. I got your Good Nut right here, bitch. The NCAA addresses the ruling for Brendan Sorsby yesterday. A judge flipped the verdict from he wasn't eligible at all. A judge had ruled he's ineligible to play college football because of his gambling scandal. He bet over 90 grand over a few years, mostly when he was at Indiana as a backup. Early on in his career, he had a massive gambling problem. He's been banned from playing college football, and now a judge has flipped that ruling, so he's allowed to play. You can't even fucking make this shit up. They're going to let this fucking kid play, and he's going to play at Texas Tech. He gambled at Indiana, gambled at Cincinnati. You're going to tell me he didn't gamble at Texas Tech? You got to be fucking stupid. Here's the deal. They're going to let him fucking play, but now everyone's trying to get even with him. First of all, the NCAA said they strongly disagree with the court's ruling in the Sorsby case and is deeply concerned about the damaging, far-reaching, and broadly destabilizing ramifications of the outcome, which undermines and corrupts the integrity of sports. The other thing is that the Big 12 now, and even the Big 10, they're saying, all the other schools, that they'll refuse to play against Texas Tech in any sports. So they're going to try their own conference. The teams in their conference are going to try to fuck them, and the teams in the Big 10 say, we'll never play against Texas Tech in fucking anything. Quinn Snyder got a new deal in Atlanta to keep coaching the Hawks. Anyway, how about this? Players who skip mandatory mini camps at the NFL's, those training sessions. Day 1, you get fined $17,986. Day 2, you get fined $35,973. Day 3, you get fined $53,952 for a total of $107,911 in fines if you skip the first 3 days of mandatory mini camps. The United Bowl in the UFL will be DC, the Defenders, against first-year team Louisville, the Louisville Kings. There you go. There's your United Bowl. I don't know when the fucking game is. Tonight, Game 4, Stanley Cup Finals. Of course, Vegas is up 2-1 after their double overtime win in Game 3 in Sin City. They're in Sin City again tonight for Game 4 at 8 o'clock. It should be kick-ass. That's the featured game of the day. Make sure you keep an eye open for the Profits Max Profit video in the community and My Profit Play and Elite Plays. Because all we're going to do is make you money anyway on a Tuesday, right? Shake out. Ooh.